in my ass.
I just banged your wife?
Name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total Nonstop Impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
This is Taya La Güera Loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascals, and you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact Podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh, yeah.
What's up, Impact Wrestling? Let's make some noise!
Sitting here, you guys got a 15-minute intro of putting yourselves over while I'm sitting here and watching Jaybone and Callihan and you're 50. I never saw a 15-minute intro of three guys putting themselves over.
This is the good stuff.
Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact, Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the TNI Network and Russo's brand officially with this show today. What's up, everybody? This is it. This is the first show that's going to be co-hosted, I guess, by Russo's brand. Vince Russo, the Vince Russo, has been gracious enough to bring us on to his brand, his network. So this show, if you're listening to it on the Russo's brand, you're not listening to it live. You are listening to it on a delay, on demand. But if you like it, come hang out live. We're going to read comments. We do all sorts of interaction with the crowd. Anyway, this is Trent, along with my co-host Alicia and Jaybone. Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening?
What is up? It's the introduction to the brand. I'm psyched to be here. Thank you for joining.
Absolutely. Alicia, what's going on?
I was just happy to be here. So excited. I even put eyeliner along with my eyebrows, feeling extra celebratory.
At nearly 11 p.m. at night. She's doing that. That's awesome. Very nice.
I waxed.
Jaybone waxed for the occasion. New bandana. He irons his bandanas, everybody. You know anybody who does that?
Oh, no. Mrs. Jaybone did that. I have a very special Mrs. Jaybone.
Good job.
He's got a good lady there.
He does. Kyle will be here in just a couple of minutes. We're gonna get everything warmed up here. So he always, as you guys know, he always bursts in. So that's how he rolls. But before we get going, is there anybody in the live chat who is from the Russo's brand, who's a brand member, who's joining us for the first time tonight? Let's hear from you guys. The numbers are looking good. Everybody's a lot of people in here. So let's hear if you guys from the brand. Definitely let us know you jumped in. The logo's in the corner. It's our first time. We're a little nervous. Jaybone, I'm a little nervous. I even showered. I showered my hair today. I want it to look good for the brand.
Did you? He showered.
I showered. I definitely showered. But guys, we're going to talk the June 30th review of Impact Wrestling. June 30th, 2020 episode of Impact Wrestling. That'll be the review tonight. And we'll kick things off. Jaybone, let's start off. We got any news we want to just talk about? Anything we want to bring up? Open discussion just for a few minutes before we jump into the review.
Oh yeah, while we're waiting for Mr. Scumbag,
Callihan,
yes,
Callihan.
yeah, Mr. Callihan.
I like calling him Callihan.
Has a ring to it.
It does. He hates it though.
Ever since Vince Russo called him that, it's really stuck. It really stuck. It stuck worse than the little Brian Alvarez, jab, and I took it. Jaybone rolled with it. I can take it. It's all good. By the way, thank you, Vince Russo. We're very excited about. Just wanted to quick throw it out there again.
Now I sent him the link. I said, Vince, at least you could do for us is show up on the first show and come say hello to the people. Now he might just run it. He's all about the swerves, as we all know. The guy's known for swerving people. This might be a swerve. He hasn't responded to me, so maybe he'll just swerve us and just pop in here. Well, we don't know. I don't know. And what I do know is that I don't know anything. How about that? So let's go with that. Jay, kick it off with some news while we wait for Callihan, this moron, to get in here, and we'll talk the episode. What do you got?
Well, let's see. There's been a lot of little nuggets. Look, if you're hiding under a rock, you don't know who's talking about who and the what and all the different little we'll just say free agents out there, all the little mysteries, all the little things leading up to, let's see, we got something happening on the 18th. What's happening on the 18th again?
Oh, Alicia, what's happening on the 18th? Tell us what's happening on the 18th.
It's a big deal. I think everybody knows what it is.
Well,
it's a slammiversary. It's slammiversary.
Why are you so slap happy right now? What is going on over there? What are you looking at on your computer that's got you laughing so much? Is it these comments? What's throwing you off today?
No comment from the peanut gallery on this one, guys.
That's all right. That's all right. She's a tiny bit distracted. It's all good. It's all good. We continue.
All right, go ahead, Jay.
So yeah, we've got free agents galore, teasing little things on social media. There's a Heath online this morning. If you were watching, he's working out in his little private gym. It's all darkened. He's getting ready for something on the 18th. It's and it's just in case you didn't know.
Just in case. Well, at least you didn't know clearly. Yeah, I didn't know what they. She did that whole deflection thing. Like, yeah, something's going on. I clearly wasn't listening to it. Something's happening. What's happening?
Dude, being back to work, I'm all distracted. I'm sorry, guys.
All right, Jaybone.
I swear to God, she didn't steal any of these from me. I swear to God. For those listening audibly, these are my little lollipops that have become quite popular during the show that we bust out from the compound de la Jaybone. All right, so we're back to the little news nuggets here.
All right.
Who else? Oh yes, yesterday. A certain Lionel Green, a.k.a. Leo Rush, dropped a handy-dandy little highlight reel of stuff he's been doing over the last few years. He is also now a free agent.
Crazy.
He is also showing up for something, it said 20 days from now. And so I did my little Steiner math and figured out, sure enough, Slammiversary is in 20 days, folks. Well, that was yesterday, so today is 19, but anyways.
So, okay, we got two new teams. So along with all the other teases going on that Impact's been putting out.
Oh, that's not even the end of it.
That's not the okay. So you got let's recap here. You got Heath Slater, is that what you said, and then Leo Rush, right? Who else? We got any more? Is there another one?
A certain good brother, Mr. Doc Gallows or Luke Gallows. I don't know which one he goes by. I have to double check on his.
I think it's Doc.
Is it Doc? Okay,
it's Doc. Yeah,
Doc Gallows. He just shared a little tweet. He was sitting on a porch on a beach somewhere in Florida, and on his little table on his porch was an Aces and Eights jacket, folks.
A vest.
Seems appropriate.
It's called a goddamn cut, Jaybone. Did you not watch Sons of Anarchy? What is?
I didn't.
What a dropped ball that is right there. Did you not watch Sons of Anarchy, Jaybone?
I only watched a couple seasons. I'm a few years behind, a few seasons behind. Did they end the season? Am I that far behind?
I'm cutting your mic. That's it. You're out of here.
Right. Cut off.
All right, Doc Gallows did tease it. So 3 teases in 2 days. In 2 days we've gotten it. So there's a lot going on. Look who's joining us right here. He jumped in and jumped.
Sorry. Teleported in.
The Jaybone finger.
What's going on? What's happening, Kyle?
Another great episode of Impact Wrestling, and most importantly, we're on the brand.
Kind of you to finally show up for it, Kyle.
Hey, that's how I roll. I'm not the host. I'm just, the annoying guy,
Just here with the sound bites.
Oh yeah.
Are you ever maybe gonna be on time? Maybe once. Can you?
That's how the character works. I was here. I just sit here and wait and stare at the watch for a few minutes, and I wait till the show gets good, and then I just come in and just throw everything off the rails, ruin the conversation. That's usually how it rolls.
Here's what I have to deal with here, Kyle. In the meantime, here's how I had to save the ass of the show on our debut on the brand. Here, I got Alicia laughing hysterically at something on the comments. She won't even share. I'm kicking things to her, and she's just laughing and doing that deflection thing where, like, I didn't hear you, but I'm going to act like I heard you thing. She's doing that. Jaybone is misquoting everything. He's all over the place. I got to wait on you to get in here. You're late. I got Nurse Nicole in the chat ripping on me the whole time. I don't know what the hell is happening, but I do know we got to get to this review in a second.
It's been a bangorama.
Bangorama for sure. For sure.
When did he say that?
It's been a bangorama.
So he's trying
I'm gonna bang his wife.
Classics. Who are the classics?
All right, so Kyle, do your intro. Do your intro shtick. Tell people what's going on.
I'm ready to get into the review, baby.
Because you want to know the conversation that I want to have right now?
Great one. That's a good one too. You loaded up the
Super
board
Eric.
today.
Super Eric.
Because you want to know the conversation that I want to have right now?
We'll talk Super
Eric
Eric.
is coming back.
We will talk Super Eric at the end of the show. We'll get to Super Eric. That was a big one
from the whole episode. Super
Yeah.
Eric. And Johnny Bravo with another Ronnie the limo driver reference in his promo.
Another one.
Another one
really,
today.
do we really have to wait for this?
Whoa,
I mean, look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this.
Look at that picture of Super Eric's original promo pic from circa 2008.
Oh yeah.
Around there.
I want Super Eric right now.
Right now. Right now.
Right now. And Bill. I want Bill right now, too.
I like how you got Bill in that clip.
I left it rolling because Bill was in it. Where is Bill? I told you Bill's part of the team now. Why isn't he on the show, Trent?
He was on the watch along.
First episode on the brand, and you have to be a mooch and just a glory hog and leave Bill off the show. Bill's got more credibility than anybody here on the show. Anybody.
It's true.
It's true. Look at the guy.
Shout out to Bill.
Look at him.
He's the glorious unicorn of Impact Wrestling.
Impact Wrestling more than anybody, more than most of the wrestlers. And Trent, you have the balls to not invite him on our first brand episode.
Listen, you're never clear on what you're saying. You're like, oh, well, Bill's on the team. Yeah, it's like he was here on the watch along. He did the throwback. What a scumbag! You need
scumbag Trent.
We
got a new audience now. You're going to be the scumbag now. Scumbag Trent.
What a scumbag!
See how you like it, asshole.
What a scumbag!
I'm not going to take that title from you.
Let's get to the review.
Let's talk. Let's talk turkey, as Russo like to say to us. Let's talk. We got, all right, we opened up the show. Big announcement to open up the show, guys. Huge announcement. The title is held up. This is huge now. So we were all been wondering what was going to happen, right? We were all wondering what's the fate of the world title. So I didn't hear them name Tessa Blanchard. They didn't say Michael Elgin. The belt was behind him, looking very, very gold, very shiny.
It was gorgeous on that mantle. I mean, it's like you think it was like do you think that was their home?
I think that was their home. I think it was their house. It was the mantle. But here's the thing: over under, that's the original belt. I'm wondering if that's if she FedExed that thing back by now. I don't know, but the belt was behind him, and they didn't. Like I said, they didn't say names, which I thought was interesting. No names named, and not even to reverence the fact that she is stripped. No names. Titles held up, and they only named off 4, right? They named off. So you had Ace, Trey. Help me out here! God damn it! Somebody, Eddie. Sorry,
Eddie.
The 4th spot. Sorry.
What was that, Trent? Was that your first mess up on the brand?
Yeah.
Disco fever, disco fever, disco fever. Yeah.
You can cut that shorter. It doesn't have to play the whole way through.
When Trent ruins the show, I click that button. Continue.
All right, well, listen. So, 4th member of that match yet to be named. Predictions? Who do we think? Jaybone, let's go start with you clockwise this whole thing here. Who's going to take that 4th spot? What are we thinking here? And the chat, I want to hear from you guys. Who's going to be the 4th person here? Who deserves it? Who should be in it? Let's hear. Go ahead, Jay.
That is tough. I mean, Vacant looks like he lost some weight. All I'm going to say is Vacant looked sexy.
Looking real good.
I got 2 ideas. My first one was Rich Swann.
Swann.
He's been showing up.
Is he? But he's not cleared yet, is he? Or is he cleared by July?
just because I hear dates and we hear things, they could just be putting that out there to be like, oh no, it's nowhere near now. Maybe he's ready. I mean, he's at the tapings. Usually, if you're not ready, you're not at the tapings. But some people are harder worker than others.
Oh, God, no.
Whoopsie says it'll be Tommy Dreamer. I don't think so.
After that promo, I don't know, man. Dude, I'm a huge Tommy Dreamer fan.
I love Tommy.
Once again, after that promo, my God,
the fire's still in him.
Blood in his face. That's wrestling. That's
He's a legend.
Wrestling.
He's a legend. My other quick guess, off the top of my head, I looked at Vacant standing there off to the side of the three there that we know, and there was not one, not two, but 3 question marks on Vacant. Why 3?
Maybe it's just like that exaggerated. Like, who is it?
No, it's EC3, and the chat seems to think so. Everybody's coming for EC3.
Either that or Eric Young.
Now you guys might be onto something with that 3. Jaybone, good catch on the 3. I didn't catch that. I took that as like, people exaggeratedly like, who the hell is it? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Maybe you're onto something. Maybe there's clues. Kevin Martin's in this chat, and he can confirm that these guys like to drop subliminal hints every now and then. So not going to say no. All right, Alicia, who do you got in that 4th spot?
If it's not someone new, I'm going to say Crazy Steve. Otherwise, my money's on Eric Young or Super Eric.
Super Eric in the main event. I think it's got to make. Well, J-Bone's got something to say. He wants to yell at you about this.
Oh, it just no. It just hit me like a ton of bricks. I was having a conversation with Kevin Martin, and he said tonight's episode would be super intriguing. It just hit me.
There you go, man. Kevin Martin, I tell you, this guy is fantastic. He never gives it away, but he sure as hell gets us thinking, though. That's for sure. Good job.
Well, I didn't catch it. It went over my head because I waxed earlier. So
Daniel Martin thinks it'll be my mom in the 4th spot. That's what I'm doing.
Very well could be.
My mom would pick somebody that's for sure.
She's quite the workhorse, Trent. She is.
Is she super though? Is she super?
She's pretty super. My mom's pretty awesome. I gotta say. All right, listen. All right, Kyle, who do you got in that for? You going EC3 on this? Everybody's saying that EC3 is the top pick in the chat here.
Our entire chat room right now is gunning for EC3. I see a couple EYs in there, but I'm just going to do what I always do, Trent. You know who it is. Why would you even ask me, Trent? You know who I'm thinking.
Period.
Perfect time to bring back Monty Brown. # bring back Monty Brown.
Listen, I would love it. He's been
opponent. He has to be.
Now, a word I'm getting is Rohit, aka Hakeem Zayn, has been slipping. He's been being a go-between for messages to Monty Brown and Impact fans, and they know each other, live in the same town, and he's relaying to Monty that the fans still love him, they still want him around, and Monty's very humble about this. The guy apparently is more jacked than he was back in 2005, if you can believe that. Go figure that.
War Machine, Rhino.
Man, who knows? Who knows, man? But listen,
does he sing the song "Who are the TNA legends in your neighborhood"?
That's enough, buddy. All right, listen, that's enough. Cut his mic. Skull has a great question for you, J-Bone. Did you put your head in the Shino Ballo again? That's what he wants to know.
Hey! Don't rip on J-Bone for being bald because he very well could still look like this.
Jiminy Christmas.
The worst picture ever.
Jiminy Christmas. That was way cool. Junior 1989 J-Bone right there.
Nothing cool about it. Nothing cool.
All right, listen. All right, let's keep going. All right, so guys, EC3 seems to be the pick. I'm more curious. Is that the real belt? Did Tessa mail that belt in? Did she send it in? Did she do the right thing?
I would hope so. It's so unprofessional at this point.
I'm a little pissed off about Tessa, and it's got nothing to do with her place in the company. It's got nothing to do with her contract status or lack thereof. I'm pissed. It's affecting me directly. Listen to this, Trent.
I hear this.
I got my Impact brown bag special. It's not a brown bag anymore. It's a red bag. I got my red tote bag.
It's a nice bag.
It came in yesterday, and my mystery T-shirt.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Let's hear it.
No!
Oh, no kidding. No kidding. You see,
oh, that's terrible.
They're cleaning shop, folks.
Cleaning shop, free shirts, guys.
You do a
What am I supposed to do with
Oh, come on. A Tesla pledge. Is the other one
Jeez. That's a slap to the face.
Diamond and rough.
What am I supposed to do with this shopimpact.com? This is my mystery T-shirt.
Hey, listen,
this is toilet paper at this point. This is as good as toilet paper.
They gotta get rid of it, man.
You know what? T&I T-shirt giveaway, since we're on the Russo's brand.
Look at that.
Celebrating. By the end of the show, we will pick somebody to receive this. Trent's going to pay for the shipping. I'm going to ship it out to you. By the end of the show, Kyle's. You know what? I've touched it. My COVID-19 is already all over it. I'll send it out to you. Just, we'll have the T-shirt giveaway by the end of the show.
That's hot, Callihan. Thank you.
You know the last time we did a giveaway years ago, Kyle, that didn't work out too well for us.
Trent. I'm making up for this. Dancing Mike isn't getting this. That was the listener I burned. Trent, we had like 2 listeners at the time. It was a rough draft. We didn't know what we were doing.
He was a loyal listener, and you burned him, and he never came back.
We're on the brand now, Trent. We're on the brand. We got to be good people now.
All right.
Who wants a Tesla shirt?
There you go. Who wants a Tesla shirt?
So here's what I'm challenging. I want everybody in the comments to give me your best insult to Trent, your best Jaybone insult. Rip on Beavis and Butthead, the whole entire chat, and by the end of it, Scumbag is going to pick.
Look at that. You're going to get your winner announced today. Oh, man. Well, clearly Nurse Nicole's going to win this. She knows where it hurts, man.
She knows where the bodies are buried. She's always giving it to
She knows how to hurt me. She's going to get it. She's in the chat. She's going to get me. All right. Let's move on here, guys. We kick it off. Chris Bay walking out with Johnny Swinger and taking on Suicide. Who's in the Suicide outfit? Alicia, who the hell is in it? Besides guessing Ace Romero, who else could it be?
That was never my guess in the first place. I think it's either Petey Williams, maybe not, he's kind of short, or Zachary Wentz. I'm still kind of stuck on that one.
Okay. All right. Jay, who's in the Suicide outfit? We gotta know this.
Look, it's not 1989 me, but that mullet, that business in front, party in the back with the mask on. It's I don't know.
It's not you for sure.
Jiminy Christmas.
You gotta guess their guys in the chat. I want to hear from you guys.
I don't know why you're doing this stupid "Who is Suicide" bit. It's like this dumb, sarcastic joke where we pretend we don't know who Suicide is. It's been answered weeks and weeks and weeks ago. It's AC Romero. We know it's AC Romero. It's been AC Romero. It was AC Romero back in 2007. Always was.
Always was.
Yeah, always was.
It's the law now.
He was like 13 at the time.
And that was him. He was in the video game as well.
That's fine. It's fine.
Yep.
All right, listen, we'll go with that.
I have that game.
I do love that game.
You know how I roll. When you say things, I pull them out in arm's reach. This game, like I love TNA, but I don't know if this is a classic. I don't know if I love this game. It's okay.
It wasn't great.
It was great for its time. How about that? It hasn't aged well.
It's the only Impact video game that exists, so it stands for something.
That's right. See, that's me being a nasty nerd. This is a great game. I take that back. 10 stars.
Except there's no women in it, and that's a downgrade on my part.
No, there's no knockouts in it, huh?
There's no women.
I forgot about that. Interesting.
That was the mistake. That was the problem.
All right, so listen, guys, this was a hell of a match. I thought Bay, this is probably one of my favorite Chris Bay matches, especially because you got Swinger on the outside yelling, commentating basically the whole time. I really liked it. This was a lot of fun, but you get a good Chris Bay win with the famouser, and he gets a final pin 1, 2, 3 with this one, famouser. This was good though. I liked it. I think this was you're finally starting to see Bay gel. This was always my gripe with Chris Bay. Is that let me see this character a little more. And I think, honestly, I'm convinced they put Swinger, the veteran, with him, not just an on-screen thing. I think they put him with him just like to teach, like he's a young kid. How do you branch out a youngin?
Trent, say hello to Minnie Taya. She's part of the show now.
Where did this come from?
This is Minnie Taya. She's part of the show now. She's controlling the sound bites, not me. This is Minnie Taya.
I have Microball. You spent a lot of money on shirts and shit.
No, you did, Trent. You gave me your PayPal information, remember?
That's right.
Are the microballers Are they like little action figures or are they stuffed animals?
Oh, they're just little like figures, kind of like.
Oh, okay. It looks like a stuffed animal on screen.
Vinyl,
Sorry.
like rubber.
Yeah, they're knit. They're cloth.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're little.
No, they're stiff, man. There's no cloth here. This is like rubber.
Oh, I thought they were like little mini
No, this is
bean
vinyl.
bags,
This is
like
vinyl.
little mini beanies.
I think this
So
is
be like,
vinyl.
oh, you could hacky sack with those.
No, this is nice. This is no bullshit here. This is nice.
You know, speaking of real quick side note, speaking of Shop Impact, my Hard to Kill DVD had not arrived, and if anybody else hasn't gotten theirs yet, they're looking into it. Hopefully, I'm supposed to get it pretty soon now.
Good for you.
Yeah, but
Oh, good for you.
No DVD for you, Trent. Ha 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 ha.
All right, listen. Chris Bay, how we liking this team with Giant Swinger? Alicia, I'm digging. I like it so far. So good.
I like it. I think he's really starting to warm up to the TV personality, and so he's really impressing me lately. Every time he comes around, it just seems like he's getting more and more comfortable, and that's awesome.
Yeah. What do you think, Jay? Are you finally getting sold on? I mean, you were in the Bay early. I was the one who was a little hesitant to get into Chris Bay, but what are you thinking, man? Are you liking this team here?
Bay looked like a star here, and Swinger was just, to use an old school bad guy word, he was just dastardly here. Oh my goodness. He got physical during the match behind the ref's back and everything. I was shocked, mildly appalled, but we love Swinger. I like it. I like it.
I personally think I'm telling you, it's like you put Swinger in, and that's going to bring this kid out even more, man. He's still young, Chris Bay. I mean, obviously we've seen, if anybody hasn't seen the YouTube video, Chris Bay with his TNA replica title when he was like 13 is flowing around on Twitter, showing it off. He got it for Christmas.
It's funny though, Trent, because you had mentioned like a year ago how Kira Hogan had a video of her as like a young kid, not even a teenager, a young kid on YouTube being a TNA fan. And now you see it again with Chris Bay. It's like TNA / Impact Wrestling has been around for so long. You're seeing people that grew up watching the show growing up to work in the company.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's at a point now where this generation grew up with TNA. They didn't know WCW. They didn't grow up with ECW. They grew up with TNA. That was their other one. There was WWE and TNA for them. So that's the generation you're getting. If you're in their mid-20s, that's what all of these guys grew up on. I think it's pretty cool. Especially all these guys are working for the company now. But no, I think it's Swag fans saying it too. I mean, they're using Bay and Swinger real well. I like it. I want to see more of it. Definitely want to see this expand and definitely keep Swinger hot. It keeps Swinger in the mix too, which I like. All right, let's keep going.
You guys swing?
Absolutely, we do. We are.
Here's the thing now. He's banned now in the Slammiversary match now because of his interference that Brandon Toll. Someone told Toll. I don't know who told Toll, but.
Well, here's what happened. So I'll jump ahead. Well, first we had the Moose backstage with Gia Miller talking about his match with Crazy Steve. He's telling him, "Hey, I don't like fun and games. Doesn't get me anywhere. Hard work." So he's basically hyping his match, Crazy Steve. But then we get over to Swinger. He's very proud of Chris Bay. Big brother, big papa, just kind of happy. He's happy. He's after what he did tonight. No doubt he's going to be X Division champion at Slammiversary. And then Brandon Toll comes in and he tells, hey. Because Swinger basically, Jay, did Swinger indicate he's gonna I'll do a couple of things there. We'll take care of it. We'll get you that title. But then Brandon Toll was creeping up behind him, and he's like, absolutely not. You're banned for ringside. And then what did Swinger say after that, Jay? What did Swinger say? Basically, he was implying something after that.
I don't remember what
you guys swing.
That's what he said.
That's not what he said.
Yeah, I got your back.
Thank you for that. No, basically he said he'll take care of it. He'll make sure we work it all out. We'll work it out. So basically, Swinger's implying I'm gonna have to pay off a ref or two here and there. We'll see what happens. But we'll see, guys.
Well, if he can't, that's the big question. If he can't pay off a ref, Brandon's like it can't be bought.
Yes.
So if Swinger can't be there, is Swinger going to bring in someone to substitute for him? Someone maybe we don't know to be there, or maybe show up late and run a little interference or something. Maybe I don't know.
I wonder if we're getting a little Swinger faction. That's going to be interesting. Maybe Zicky Dice comes in and they form this like 80s faction, and you got
cool.
You get Chris Bay. Like, the fuck did I just get into with all these?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going here, guys. So then we get to the ring. All right, tag team match. Reno Scum taking on TJP and Fala. This was cool. For some reason, am I crazy, Alicia, or the TJP / Fala music? Did it not? I never heard lyrics before. Today I heard lyrics in their intro music. Am I crazy?
I know. I felt like that was a little different addition to it. I never noticed it prior. Maybe I was never paying attention. Who really knows?
That's what I'm thinking. Anybody in the chat know? Because I swear I never heard lyrics in that song. Jay, am I imagining this?
What are we talking about?
The hell with you. Cut his mic. Cut. You just worry about comments. You're not.
Cut
three
him.
Things I've pitched to you.
Cut his existence. Hey,
No.
you would think he's focusing on comments, but he's barely even clicking those. The guy is.
I'm looking
Trent.
I'm
He's
looking
dead
at
weight.
2 sets. I'm looking at
Jiminy Christmas.
4 different social medias here. I'm trying to produce and keep track of everything, and
Hey,
sometimes I get a little lost.
Do the podcast.
Sometimes I get a little lost in the convo.
Jiminy Christmas.
Exactly.
You make time for us, and we'll let you know. Ingrid says it always had music, so our lyrics, which I never caught before.
Do you think this is what Vince Russo wants to see our first night on the brand?
Hey, Vince Russo, how you doing?
Jaybone's done.
Whatever.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Hey, Vince Russo, how you doing?
He's pissed off. He's pissed off, and
It's
he's
the
regretting
best.
letting us on because of Jaybone.
I was walking around the house saying that all day. How you doing?
Hey, Vince Russo, how you doing?
I live alone.
I love it.
How you doing? Hey, what's that guy's name, Kyle? You get that guy's name?
Mike from Pizza Stop, actually.
Mike from Pizza Stop.
Right.
That's his full name, Mike from Pizza Stop. That's his last name, from Pizza Stop.
All right, Mike Pizza Stop. Mike Pizza Stop. All right, let's keep going. All right, so it did always have lyrics. I didn't know that. Now, I love this. This was a good match. I love TJP and Fala. I like them. And also, I got to say, Reno Scum looks extremely energized after they're having a little break. I think they came back. They look pretty good.
They need a push.
They need a push, right? I got to see them in like a program. They've always been like kind of side character, Ace's backing, little bit of story. But it's like, dude, let's give them a straight up like storyline.
Hell yeah.
They're good for it. I think. What do you guys think of Reno Scum in the chat? Let's hear you guys. We never really had a chance to like get to know them, so to speak, right?
Right.
Punk rockers that come and go as they please.
That's true.
They've been in and out for like 3 or 4 years now.
That's what I'm saying. But let's get a little story on them, though. Like, what do you think? I want to get to know.
I think.
Them. Go ahead.
When they introduce the Aces and Eights storyline, which they will, I think that's when we might get the Reno Scum storyline, because they already kind of set it up last week, if I remember correctly. Was that last week when they were making fun of D-Lo?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I like this. Good call out. Real good call out. Guys, help out Will Olivia. It looks like a new listener. You can watch it on Access TV and Twitch every Tuesday night. No, good call out there, because I didn't even think about it. I didn't think
we have somebody in the chat right now that doesn't watch Impact listening to our podcast.
Listen to our podcast. Welcome.
Hey, hopefully you see what you like when you start watching Impact. Give it a try.
You know what? Now that I think of it, we're on the brand.
Like what you see.
There's a lot of people on the brand that might not watch Impact every week, so it's up to us to sell it to them.
We got to sell it. Hey, we love it. That's why we talk about it every week.
And you know what? There's one person that can sell you on this show better than anybody else in the history of TNA wrestling, and he'll tell you why the current incarnation of Impact is great.
This is a bunch of crap. This shit sucks.
Oh, no.
Wrong clip.
Say it
You hit
that
the
way.
wrong goddamn clip.
Sorry.
You know, there was a lot of good clips from him. You hit the wrong clip. Unbelievable. But no, Alicia, great tie-in, though. Great tie-in.
Yes.
I didn't even think about that. Okay. So
Sometimes I'm useful.
I like it. If you're actually listening to what I'm saying, you're useful. I like it.
Hey, we just got a follow from Jeff Lane on the Total Nonstop Impact Twitter page right now in real
Beautiful.
time.
Jeff
Hey, bro,
Lane.
you get a thumbs up.
Hey,
Jeff Lane, how you doing?
Hey, Vince Russo, how you doing?
Very nice. Very nice. Jeff, listen, who are we kidding? Russo, Vince comes on here and he's like, I'm going to do this. Send me your links, do this and that, right? But you know who's really going to do all the work is Jeff. Jeff Lane's like the right-hand man of the brand. He's going to do all the work. So Jeff, thank you in advance for everything you're going to do for us. So thanks for being
You know what's great about Jeff Lane is like, yeah, he kind of gets beat up a lot on the shows. I feel like, is that safe to say? And I love the guy, but I feel like sometimes he could get lumped up a bit, kind of like a punching bag. But the irony of it is that he's very valuable to the brand as a podcasting group. He does a lot of work behind the scenes. But what's funny is, you know, Jaybone's the punching bag on this show. But truthfully, he doesn't do anything. He contributes nothing. It's the polar opposite. It's rightfully so.
You know, the funny thing is, Kyle, how nice you are to Jay off air. It's incredible. Actually, no, you're not. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. You're a prick to him off the air, too, actually, come to think of it. I like it, Alicia. Great tie-in, though. I think this is perfect. You set up something for our Aces and Eights to come in and do. You get something for Reno Scum, give them an actual story. Run with it. Give me a month out of that. I'll be totally happy with it. Totally down for that. I like it.
They would look great wearing the, what's the word, cut? Did I get that right, Trent?
Cut, goddammit. If you watch the show, it's a cut. It's a cut.
I didn't watch the show.
Everybody wanted to own at one point. And everyone went through a Sons of Anarchy phase a few years ago. And everybody wanted to buy a cut, myself included. I was like, well, I should walk around with one of those, you know, even though I don't own a fucking motorcycle. Everybody went through that phase, J-Bone. Then I was like, cool, I could pass it off like I'm an Aces and Eights guy. And then I was going to buy the Aces and Eights one when they were about to sell that. I didn't buy it. Because I'm like, where the fuck am I going to wear that thing? I don't need any beef from actual bikers going, it's such you repping.
What's Aces and Eights?
But real cool. Will Olivio, thank you very much. We appreciate you hanging out, man. Thanks for joining us. With new listeners in here, I am so happy to have you guys in here today. That's awesome. So TJP and Fowler get the win. Mamba Splash, good win for them. Again, I wanted at least, this is what I wanted to see, guys. We should have, if we were going to further this Ace and Ace thing, we should have had D'Lo run into these two, Reno Scum in the back and kind of give them a little shit, just to further planting that seed, you know, just something where it's like, hey, tough loss, guys, and then like give them shit like, what do you mean tough loss, old man? What are you gonna do, stooge us? Well, you know, they should have had something to push it for. What do you think, Jay?
We got a few weeks left. You know, some of this stuff is a slow burn. You know, so not some of it's not. You know,
no, Nicole, I haven't been hugged today. You want to come give me a hug? Huh?
It's enough out here. Cut his mic. J-Bone, continue with your.
That's Trent's girlfriend, in case anybody was wondering. That's funny.
The lovely nurse Nicole.
She was in the watch along today.
Kyle, I'll give you a hug you'll never forget. Yes, Nurse Nicole joined us during the watch along. Thank you again, Nurse Nicole. And man, she looked professional as hell. Even had the wrestling nurse emblem on the shirt. I loved it. Man, it looked like she actually belonged.
She's fantastic.
It's her birthday on July 6th, guys.
Ooh, happy early birthday.
So next week is her birthday, and I'm trying to get creative with a quarantine situation birthday, trying to do something creative for her this weekend. So we'll see. But guys, feel free to drop her a follow at Wrestling Nurse on Twitter and send her a happy birthday message.
Hey, maybe you could blow a couple bucks and get her a nice cameo or something.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, I have something in the works. I was contacted today by somebody, let's say, in the business who wanted to do something nice for her birthday. I was contacted today. I'm not going to tell her, though. She's listening. I'm not going to tell her shit.
It's a surprise.
Surprise. She'll find out next week. All right, let's go. Let's keep going here. All right, so this is good.
Hopefully it wasn't one of the recently blacklisted wrestlers.
No. Nobody on the list.
Poor taste. We don't make jokes about that.
Yeah, we gotta let that ride.
It's a comedy show.
All right, listen. The next segment, speaking of comedy, this is comedy gold. The next segment, guys. Locker room talk with Madison Ray and Johnny Swinger. The guest is John E. Bravo, our buddy, friend of the show, John capital E period capital B-R-A-V-O, John E. Bravo. Can I just say it right here? I would love these two to get into a match at some point. They start arguing.
Hold on, Trent. Pause. Let's introduce Bravo properly. Sorry, Alicia.
Who is this Alicia Brotner? Listen up. What is your name? Alicia? How do you pronounce your last name?
Alicia.
When have you been on the show? I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry. I got a couple questions. How do you get hooked up with three gentlemen to do a podcast like this? Like, where does your life go wrong? How did your life go drastically this bad that like this is the culminate? Is this the greatest thing you've ever done in your life? Because if it is, I'm sorry for you.
Oh shit! I'm not suicide at all.
Trent.
Yeah.
What's going on? You got something to tell us, Trent?
Ace Romero, what are you doing in here? Get out of here, Ace Romero. Get out of here. Nothing. Sorry.
That was beautiful. I liked it.
Sorry. Okay. Anyway, where were we? Whew. All right. Listen, this was funny though.
Bravo, Trent.
Bravo. Sorry about that.
Kyle, don't play sound bites over me.
Please don't play sound bites over. Or Johnny, he was pissed off at you, man. He really wanted to have your ass that day, Kyle.
He's got to come back on. We're on the brain now. We gotta have him back on.
I would love if John would come back on. Yeah, I think he's got the green light. You know, he's good to come back on. You know, shit, why not? Let's get it over here, John. All right, listen.
I don't think Trent.
Kevin Martin, that's an Impact Wrestling post-production guy. That's a high honor right there. I mean, come on,
man. That's a
Kevin Martin right there.
That's a production.
This is the good stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Very nice.
I'll have what they're having.
So Madison starts implying that hey, hanging out. What do you and Rosemary doing? He's like, we're hanging out. And she's like, hanging out? What do you mean hanging out? Like friends? He's like, like we're hanging out, you know? Or she's like, are you hanging out with somebody you have a crush on? So she starts going in that direction. And she's like, you know what? Let's get some clarification. She brings Rosemary in. So Rosemary just smoke bomb interferes or just appears. And she says she has no idea what's going on. It's just letting it happen. You know, she's just kind of rolling with this beautiful budding relationship. And Swinger just comes out and says, you know, Daddy, I can feel the sexual tension. But he's like, and I think Madison was like, oh, between these two? He's like, no, between me and her. And he points to Rosemary. Of course, it's got to be about him. And then Bravo. This is where it gets great, guys. Bravo, a little defensive here now. And they started to argue. And these two get into his face. Can I please have these two have a match? Please. I would love for these guys to get into a match. But they start arguing.
You ever have to fight for the girl, Trent? You ever have to do that? It happens.
Does it?
Well, Jaybone did, and he ran that person over in the Checkers parking lot. But we already knew that. But Trent, you ever have to, fight for the girl?
I might have, I might have had those moments. I don't know if I ever fought anybody for a girl.
That exists outside of romantic comedies.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever fought anybody. Like,
I've been punched in the face by a couple females.
I think what I've
done. Females? I thought we were talking about fighting for a female.
No, I've gotten beat up by females. I've gotten cuffed in the face by plenty of chicks.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I haven't had to use my hands. I'm a musician. I don't get my hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? But I've used this big mouth of mine. And I instead of fighting for a girl, all I've done, I've spread rumors and insults about the guy I'm competing with to destroy his reputation so systematically to a point where I look way up.
Wow. We get some very interesting tea.
Continue.
All right. Taya comes in. She barges in here. And she starts really, she kind of gets in the middle of all right when they're about to get a reply on Madison's big question of, are you in love with Rosemary? Taya comes in and she says, look, there's a reason she's there. She wants Rosemary to be her tag team partner. Rosemary accepts. You can see it in Rosemary's face, though. She's like, I kind of want to know the answer. But then they leave the interview. So this was great. We almost got to the bottom of it. Keep this saga going. I think it's a nice little lover's quarrel, lover's tale here. Alicia, this could be daytime soap opera TV. It's great.
Hot tag, Daddy.
Hot tag, Daddy.
Can I also just bring up what the banter between Swinger and Bravo, where they're like, "Where did you get that shirt from?" And he's like, "Oh, the same place you got those pants from, or your tights from." I love that.
That's false. Actually, Mr. Bravo revealed where he got those shirts on our show. Check out that interview on the Total Nonstop Impact YouTube page.
No, they were arguing off camera, which is the best part of it. They're arguing off camera. He's like, "Where'd you get that shirt from?" Where'd you got those pants from? Perfect.
Same place where Trent got that Affliction T-shirt from.
Oh my God, the Affliction TNA shirt that I got.
Same place that Ethan Page got that hideous button-down Hawaiian shirt. He looked like a drunkle. He looked like somebody's fat out in the sun.
Every guy in college.
You watch your mouth, Kyle.
Jay wears those shirts.
We have a drunkle.
You pissed him off so bad, he stormed off to get his Hawaiian shirt.
On the show.
He's a hot commodity.
He's a creepy old guy that drinks beer all the time.
All he was missing.
What is it? Yeah, this was a great line. The Frenchie Martin ain't gonna help you, Dino. This was a great line. What is it with you, Jaybone? On the main show, you behave. You don't get hammered. On the throwback show, guys, this guy's living in 2003. Like we're doing TNA 2003 on the throwback show on Thursdays, Throwback Thursdays, and Jaybone is hammered. We had Bill Gardner was on, our special guest, and he's just getting hammered. He's losing it. He's going through can after can, lollipop after lollipop, slurring, yelling, swearing, buck wild. The throwback show has gotten as insane as Sports Entertainment Extreme. Go ahead.
I was excited because Manny Bones finally came back after weeks. It was an emotional evening, so I just, I had a couple celebratory lollipops,
a couple of sodas, as we call them.
Yeah, you and Manny got a little frisky together, a couple drinks, a little reunion romp.
It's been a while since they've seen each other, Kyle.
Nothing. No.
I do have a Hawaiian shirt too, Jay. Mine's from Hawaii. And I can't go get it right now. J-Bo, Ingrid is saying, do you need help or do you need more time with the Deaners? I think he'll take time with the Deaners.
I need old Yeller treatment out in the backyard.
I need take me out to the back 40, please. I need less time with the Deaners.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right. Listen, so we'll see what happens with where this saga goes. Obviously, I'm thinking something culminates at its anniversary. What happens exactly? If Swinger's in the mix too, I'll be even happier. The more things you could put Johnny Swinger in, the better.
The better.
Absolutely.
You guys swing?
He's the face of the company.
I tell you, man, the guy was the MVP last week. He is like the MVP of 2020 for me, no doubt.
You guys swing?
Absolutely do, John. We absolutely do.
I got a prediction.
Go ahead.
A little quick prediction. If Johnny Swinger is banned from ringside, now he's a heel. He's a bad guy. He's a scumbag. It's really coming out now. It's like just oozing out of his veins now, brother. I think J-Bone needs some time in the Rascals treehouse. I'll work on that.
Absolutely. He's a father.
I had time in that treehouse back in the 90s. Okay, it's been a while.
About this.
Yeah, that's story time with J-Bone for another night. We don't want to we
My
don't want to
God.
kill our reputation on the brand. That was a rough summer. Anyways.
Oh, very nice. Okay, all right. Little too much information for me, but that's okay.
It's okay. You are really on with those today, kid. I got to give it to you today. Anyway, go on.
So
this is the good stuff.
That's J-Bone.
Exactly. So my quick little prediction here is if someone's gonna come help Chris Bay at ringside, I think the perfect person to help him run down and maybe run a little interference and shock the crowd. Crowd.
We're the crowd.
Lack thereof.
I think Leo Rush.
Oh,
Leo Rush.
There you go.
Who also hinted.
Now there's a team.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Does anybody know?
If that doesn't happen, I'll be upset.
Yeah, now you set it up, Jay.
If that does happen, you didn't hear from me.
Have they ever crossed paths on the Indies or anything? I'm curious. Have Leo? And I'm going to put out to the chat here. You guys know, have Leo Rush and Chris Bay ever crossed paths? They have any history? Could this be a little faction where Swinger leads this faction of these young, high-flying dudes, and then maybe, these new young guys, hungry dudes for the X Division title? Maybe. Willie's up against something here for sure. Willie's up against something at his anniversary. We'll see what happens. I'm excited about that one. I'll give you that, Jay. I like it.
All right, so there's a little comment here from Elijah Washington. What's up, Elijah? Says J-Bone and RVD will be gold, playing old school hip hop. Yeah, and then Katie Forbes would come along and shake her badonkadonk. Is that what they call it now?
Did you just say
badonkadonk?
Did J-Bone just say badonkadonk?
He sure did.
Jiminy Christmas.
Donkey.
I try to keep up with all the new little hip sayings.
That was a joke in 2002 on the Chappelle Show. That's like how far back and out of touch you are.
Did you say that was new lingo, Jay?
Jay's favorite bands are Poison, Rat. For real, that's not a joke. Like Jaybone is just. I'm 25. I don't know why I hang out with this guy.
It's perpetually 1987.
It's because the fans of TNI know they don't need nothing but a good time, and it don't get better than this.
This guy, I knew he'd probably cut his mic for a second. Let me move on.
I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry.
I don't either.
Fucking flashbacks.
We get Alicia's scarred from the Bravo appearance. Like
that was my second interview ever, and I am still recovering from it.
What Bravo interview? Oh, this one.
Who is this Alicia Brutner? Listen up. What is your name? Alicia, how do you pronounce your last name?
Alicia.
When have you been on the show? I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry. I got a couple questions for you. How do you get hooked up with three gentlemen to do a podcast like this? Like, where does your life go wrong? How does your life go drastically this bad that like this is the culmination? Is this the greatest thing you've ever done in your life? Because if it is, I'm sorry for you.
I don't know you.
Beat that down.
My God, he really tore our ass apart. My God. My God. All right, listen. So we got a recap of Deanna and Jordan Grace, the feud they're setting. This is a hot feud they're setting up here now. We got a recap of her on Busted Open Radio. Jay was a big fan of that. I know Jay's a big Busted Open fan.
Shout out to LaGreca, man. I met LaGreca in person. Dude, I created the Live for 5 petition that led to them being on 5 days a week. Dude, Kyle from Long Island has a history on the Busted Open show. If there was no Busted Open, I would have never started this podcast. So, if anything good or bad comes from this, you got to look at Dave LaGreca.
Why don't you call your buddy LaGreca and say, why don't you put us over once in a while?
No, because Larry Dallas got fired from the show, and at the time, I thought it would be a good idea to like buddy up with Larry and support him. And then what you find out when you're buddies with Larry, it's just a bad idea after bad idea. And I think Dave LaGreca would understand that if I got to talk to him. However, I believe I'm still blocked, and I think Bully blocked our show too. But we'll break down that door because we're good people and we do love Busted Open.
He also no-showed us, Larry Dallas.
I just stabbed Larry in the back. Sorry, Larry. It's the truth. I got to be honest.
He's a dick.
Larry Dallas no-showed this show.
For good reason. For good reason. Hold on. That was when the protests were going on. People didn't want to do podcasts. It's understandable.
And me and Jay were here. We did it. We fought through.
I do love Dave LaGreca, though. It was great to see my radio hero, Mr. LaGreca, on Impact TV.
Well, good. Why don't you call his show in?
Someday. He'll be like, Kyle was a good guy. He made the Live for 5 petition. He fell for the Larry Dallas thing, We all
we all make mistakes, Kyle.
I know he's a piece of shit, though. Like, I think Larry would be like, that's all right, Kyle. Here's Larry. I'm cracking jokes.
Here's my issue, guys. Deanna, we get the little hype video package, but we didn't get them in person this week. We could have used a little in-person cross backstage. It would have been nice to get a little in-person crossword of these two. For me personally, that's how I operate. If shows are taped, I say tape a shit ton of stuff in the can and have it on deck, especially when you have to edit shows like these had to be edited. Have it in the can, have stuff you may not even use. It might be B-roll. You don't even end up using it, but maybe film something where these two did cross paths. They did cross paths. They got into it, and maybe you could have inserted here to fill a little time for stuff you had to cut, like elegant stuff, whatever, to be cut out. So would have been nice to see him in person, but I'm not gonna fault him too bad. The video package was done pretty good though. But they're really making Deanna look strong here. Deanna's getting him pretty strong quick. Alicia, what do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, they're starting off right off the bat though. Like they're going in.
I know.
Right at the title.
I know. I liked it, but I'm not really fond of the comments that she made recently. So I'm just a little annoyed that it's like we were really excited about her, and to realize that she's just here for clout is kind of upsetting.
Yeah.
Hold on. Elaborate.
I mean, I take that back. I wouldn't say 100% here for clout, but it's not a good look.
Fill me in. What's going on here?
Yeah, go ahead, fill us in. We might as well talk.
I don't read the dirt.
All right. Well, it's not a dirt sheet. It's an actual interview that she gave where she's basically like, oh, I didn't feel like I'm not paraphrasing here. I'm not quoting directly. So verbatim, forgive me. But she's like, oh, I didn't feel like myself at NXT, and Impact's giving me the opportunity to be a character. So when something, I eventually go to AEW. It's it is basically
said, like, I love being in Impact Wrestling, but this would be a nice stepping stone to get towards AEW.
Yeah, it's like, we get it, guys. Like, don't get us wrong. Like, we get it. Impact is seen as that, unfortunately, but we as fans don't take it nicely that people say shit like that. It's just annoying. Like, how are we supposed to support you when you're not even planning on sticking around? I'm sorry. I'm all kind of honest right now, but
no, I agree with you.
We're like, have some company fucking pride. Shit.
Yeah,
what a scumbag!
People who listen where they want to be. They want to be here, and it's like, if she's one of those people who's just using it as a stepping stone, I don't want that either. I don't like it. And it really did sour me too here and then. I was like,
I'm willing to give her a shot because she's super talented. Please don't take what I'm saying wrong. I'm not hating on her at all, but it's just not a good look, especially for a brand when we're going through such turmoil. You can't be talking like that. It's just unprofessional.
It sent out the wrong message. As an Impact fan, I want to see her proud of Impact Wrestling, Impact, putting the company on her back. Not, oh, this is great. But that AEW sure would be wonderful. But then again, the journalist could have roped her into that. You have to remember, the journalist will ask her about
right. So I'm willing to let it slide. Like, absolutely. Like, I know how to take things to a certain point, but
the muckraker, he will pull that out of them and then erase the part of him pulling it out, so you just hear that, and then make the headline, Deonna Purrazzo wants to go to AEW, but she never really said that. So you got to keep that in mind.
Now check this out. Check this out. Hang on. Richard Carledge, one of our longtime listeners, is saying she said nothing like that, Alicia. That's a lie. Richard, if you can elaborate, was this taken out of context? Was this a misquote? What was this
because I'm pretty sure that was the direct quote.
Come on.
Right.
Let's hear that. Let's see. Bell's boy saying she said this to Chris Van Vliet on his YouTube page. So.
Yes, she said it. Like, I don't understand how you can make a statement with that with no fact to back it up when I'm pretty sure I saw it with my own eyes. Yeah. Like, so I'm not pulling smoke out of my ass here, guys.
I'm just one of those people that you gotta have company pride. You work somewhere. That's the person that they're investing in you. You got to invest in them. You don't talk about a competitor while working at the company. I don't like that. I don't do that now where I work. I work for Kraft Heinz. I don't sit there and go, well, I love Johnsonville. I think
that Frito-Lay sure is wonderful.
Oh, I think Hunt's ketchup's the shit. Like, you don't see me say it. I'm like Heinz. That's just paying my fucking bills. Heinz ketchup.
I'd be proud of it. Like, we know Impact isn't the number one mainstream wrestling brand, but if it was, we wouldn't be doing that. We wouldn't be doing this podcast right now. We like the underground ECW, raw, gritty. We're into all that.
And let's not mince words.
The big bright lights and all the money. I understand it's a business, but sends out the wrong message. You should have bit her tongue on that one.
Let's not mince words. This is still a brand that's seen in several dozen international markets worldwide. Yeah. It's got a near 20-year reputation and history. A lot of names. A lot of a cloud gets attached to working for this company. It's got a merchandising arm. It's got distribution. This is not like a small indie or something. It's not WWE clearly, but it's not an indie either. So let's treat it with the respect it does deserve, I say. So
our podcast wouldn't be charting in Dubai.
Let's put that out there, Jay. Talk about that, baby. Let's put that out there to the listeners in the UAE. Tell them about that, Jay.
People are listening to this podcast in Dubai. First Uganda, now Dubai. Tell me more.
Tell them, Jaybone. Tell them the news. The big news.
The numbers are going up worldwide, and it just shows the growth of the brand of Impact Wrestling. So it's like, okay, so if our little podcast is charting in a place like Dubai on the other side of this planet, that means they're watching a whole lot of Impact Wrestling. I would love to see what numbers are actually,
I would love to see numbers.
Maybe like one person in Dubai clicked on this show, like just one person.
No,
and,
I'll tell you what.
In Dubai listening to
I feel like it might take a little more than that. I could be wrong though.
we were number 31 on the iTunes charts in the United Arab Emirates, which is made up of seven
subscribe
countries.
to some bullshit website that gives you fake
I'm
emails.
not.
And you pay for it. It's like, look, there's people in Japan listening to you, Trent, but they're totally lying.
It's not every week that we chart. That's how I know they're full of shit. We get different. Sometimes we chart, sometimes we don't. But the fact that the UAE is made up of 7 countries in the Middle East, and out of that, the UAE, we are 31 on the iTunes charts over there in sports. That's mind-boggling to me. And Jay recently found an article that said that they have some new distribution deal over there, so that makes sense, right? And if it don't make dollars, Kyle, which you don't, it makes sense. It doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? All right, cut his mic, please.
Yeah, it just proves that we're number 1 in Uganda and number 1 in your hearts.
In your hearts, we're not number 1, but we're up there. Yeah, Kyle, listen, look at this. There's got some goddamn confidence. You're sitting there, scumbag. Dude, you're constantly shitting on all these accounts. We're on the brand now, Kyle. What's it going to take for you to actually put yourself over once in a while?
I stay humble. I stay humble. That's why I'm successful. People like you, Trent, you get big heads and you don't know how. I stay hungry. I keep thinking of things like this.
Now that you mention it,
Right now.
And I'm not scared of you, Trent.
because we ain't scared of nobody. If any one of them wanted to run up right now, you know what I would do?
I would knock Trent right in his big grease ball.
Hashtag snatch a bitch.
I would snatch Trent's wig. Hashtag snatch Trent's wig off his head.
I'll tell you what, Kyle. You have no problem on Saturdays when I get like a string of 17 Snapchats from this idiot, and it's him in his car. All he's doing is putting himself over for like 20. I'm like, I roll over.
What
I
do you
wake
do?
up.
Teddy Hart promos?
Yeah, I wake up and I have a shit ton of Snapchats from. I'm like, why are you up this early on a Saturday for one thing? And why am I getting this shit sent to me?
I think we're friends. We're interacting on social media. And clearly, I'll never Snapchat you again. In fact, I'll block you on Snapchat.
You're blocked.
I don't want to see ever again. Ever again. You and your pasta.
All right, we Pasta Mania, amazing. I don't understand how I have no neck in that photo, but anyway, listen, Josh, the North comes down to the ring. They're explaining their reactions on attacking Ken Shamrock. Right, Josh Alexander says everything must come to an end. The world's most dangerous man act. It's over. Ethan Page, he's mouthing off. He's wearing an incredible fashion. I mean, we have a photo of that. Can we show that?
Did he have boating loafers on?
He had boating loafers on, I think.
Oh, man.
And
that's a treat.
That shirt was hideous. J-Bone, if you can pull that up in the meantime while I set this up here.
What are we pulling up? What?
He's getting it. So he's telling Shamrock, it must be hard for you to be liked since you don't have any friends, like us. Shamrock's music hits, makes his way down to the ring. As he gets in the ring, the ICU logo appears. We get the cut. Everything cuts away. ICU logo hits. Comes back. Sami Callihan is on the screen, and he says, "Who needs friends when you've got an enemy?" Dark again. He appears. Lights back on. Sami's in the ring, fighting side by side with Ken Shamrock. Throw the North out of the ring. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Lights out. He's out of there again. ICU strikes. I got my ICU T-shirt. Look at that, guys. Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
I think. Okay, let's elaborate on
that. That's what I said during the review. Yeah,
J-Bone did say
the watch along. Excuse me.
Go ahead, Jay. Why don't you expand? We'll go to Alicia after. Go ahead. Start it off. What do you think? What do you think we're doing here?
It's a respect thing. It's a I don't like you, but I respect you, so I'm gonna back you up on this. I think in the midst of that fight where Shamrock clearly took out Sami, I think Sami gained some respect, and in the pool of Impact Wrestling, and people to to have beefs with, I think Sami looks at a team like the North, and he looks at someone who's been around for many years, like Ken Shamrock, and he's willing to go to bat for a guy like Ken Shamrock. And say, you know what? Yeah, it's a respect thing, absolutely. I think there's still gonna, happen. We might get a round 2 between Sami and Ken Shamrock down the line somewhere. I wouldn't tuck that away, and though we're done with that category. Yeah, it's. I think it's all about, and I don't think we're going to sit here, and get an interview with Sami Callihan anytime soon, and he's going to outright say, "Oh, by the way, I love and respect Ken Shamrock." I don't think we're going to get those words out of good old Sami Callihan, but down deep, that's what it is.
All right, interesting. What do you think, Alicia? Is that what we're going with? The enemy of my enemy is my friend? Is that what we're doing here?
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing. Definitely.
Trent, can I get a little Sammy voice now that we're on the brand?
We could. We could. I mean,
what would Sammy, conjure Sammy for a second.
All right, let's see. Here we go.
Mr. Sami Callihan, Mr. ICU.
For all the new listeners,
Total Nonstop Impact show.
For all the new listeners, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Something like that.
It's uncanny.
And while we're doing impressions, we keep getting this every week. People want me to do it. They're begging for it. So,
what do you got?
Welcome everybody to Total Nonstop Impact. Impact the first Impact pitch. I'm Logan here. My name is Trent. With my co-host Jaybone.
Do I do the hand gesture too? Am I dancing like a Muppet? Am I really dancing like I'm a Muppet?
Total Nonstop Impact the first Impact pitch. My name is Trent. Look at my co-host Jaybone.
You make me out to be like a Jim Henson Muppet.
You do a lot of bouncing, but you got a lot of energy. You're excited to be live. It's look, you are the rock star of the show. You're in an actual heavy metal band. You can do a cheap plug all you want. Heavy's your thing.
Oh, yeah, and he's got a background in disco.
Disco fever, disco fever, disco fever. Yeah.
All right, listen, Jaybone, thank you for putting me over with my Bound for Glory pen right here. Where should I sign that autograph for you? I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. Very nice of you, Jay. All right, listen. Let's talk about it. All right, so I like where it's going. I think obviously we get to the back. This is where we're going to set things up here. The North eyeing Scott D'Amore, and they're telling him it's unfair that Shamrock and Callihan attacked them. They're not in their proper ring gear. Ethan was great. He's like, does this look like ring gear to you? Does this look like ring gear to you? He's like, you shouldn't be attacking us.
Whoa. Wait a second.
What happened?
Before that little conversation happened between Scott D'Amore and his fellow Canadian brothers, wink, wink.
Mm-hmm.
Scott D'Amore was on the phone with he was what did he say? What's the words he used? Oh, he said a couple of good brothers.
That's right.
How?
He says he's on the phone. He's about to hang up, and the exact line, Jaybone, was, honestly, a couple of good brothers like you will fit right in over here. And then he hangs up, and then the North interrupt him. Good call.
I hope this isn't one of those situations where, Trent, remember when we thought Chris Jericho was going to come out and we got James Ellsworth? I really hope they're not playing with us.
God, that was terrible.
We were there
at Melrose Ballroom. I was there.
Everybody wants Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah, was that the Melrose Ballroom?
Yeah.
What 2018, something like that?
2018. We were there too.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
Isn't that funny? We were all in one room. Jaybone was off somewhere, hammered. Jaybone, just drinking his night away. Somebody wanted me to do the Sinister Minister in here. All right, listen. So that was good. Nice little, again, hints all show long. We're getting these little nuggets dropped in. Like, hey, just so you know, this is happening. This might be happening. I do like that. That was very, very good. The good brother. You guys are a couple of good brothers. You'll fit right in here. I like that. But then D'Amore, he tells him, hey, I got a great idea. At Slammiversary, how about you put your titles on the line against Callihan and Shamrock? Okay, Can I? All right, let me get my thoughts. I'm going to go to you, Jay. Give me 1 second. Let me put this out there, Jay. I still wanted the Rascals to get a run. And it's like, man, I don't mind Sami and Shamrock. I love them both. But man, it's like, did we just bypass all these teams that are actual tag teams?
Yeah, right? It seems unnecessary in that aspect.
We need to have a conversation about the Rascals and what they've been doing.
Because you want to know the conversation that I want to have right now?
Why can't the Rascals succeed and get that gold? Why not?
I don't know. Jay had a thought, though.
Conversation. Why? What's wrong with the Rascals?
let's have it real quick. Give me one second. Jaybone had something to say. Jaybone, you were going to say something.
Fuck Jaybone. This is my show. Fuck Jaybone.
Well, we're on the brand. We can't have public nudity here. We're gonna, we're not gonna do live sexual intercourse here.
Heyo.
Yeah, we're not doing that. No,
stop clicking that, Jaybone. It's creepy.
You're not kicking us off the brand in one night, you little scumbag. Anyway,
I'm the ratings.
What I miss? Go.
What just happened?
Did you have a point?
I love you, Callihan, but all right, here's my point.
Will you just get to your point already?
Right now. Right now.
Right now. Quit cutting me off. All right. So he said something to the effect of, I'm not going to let them treat my countryside men like that.
That's right. Fellow Canadians.
Yeah, fellow Canadians. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
But then he sticks him in a match, though. He stuck him in a match.
Maybe putting another little side band back together.
I'm not going to say no. I have a feeling that there's a lot going on here. Man. But go ahead, Kyle. You want to talk about the Rascals? Let's talk about the Rascals. Go ahead, Kyle. Set that up.
I love the Rascals. You love the Rascals. Jaybone loves the Rascals. Alicia loves the Rascals. But it just seems like no matter what,
I'm a retired rascal.
Well, yeah, we know retired allegedly, but it seems like no matter what, they just can't get to that next level. Why not?
Why? The question is why? Because they love the company. They're constantly putting the company over online.
They're fans,
They grew up on it. Why don't they get that run? What do you guys think in the chat? Why don't they run with Trey? Never got to get the X Division belt. The Rascals, no tag team runs. After all the opportunities you had to put the belts on, even for a short run, because it'd mean a lot to those two. They'd love to have it.
You know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking, Trent? Maybe, just maybe, to succeed, you got to get out of the treehouse.
This is the good stuff.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's the only thing, because I can't think of anything else. I can't. They're tremendous.
Oh, there's plenty of functional treehouse dwellers in the world. I think now that everything is getting turned upside down in Impact as far as needing to replace storylines and everything, maybe this might be the year that they're able to eventually swing back into the belt scene, It's long overdue. It's like I've said it before in the past that I think there's enough good tag teams in this company that it should be kind of almost like a hot potato effect. Even if people get the belts back after not 1 week.
Not while the North's around.
I understand that, but I feel like with the tag team division, what seems to be the pattern is every time someone gets the belt, it's a long-term run. None of the teams that are on board can beat them. Then a new team comes in from being signed, and they're the long-running tag teams. It's like... it just seems like a pattern that needs to be broken to a certain degree. They're fine and dandy to have a long-running title reign, but one after the other, and it's happening with every belt right now. It's overwhelming because it's like we're watching so much wasted potential when, sorry.
I'm with you. I see what you're saying. I think it's time for it. I think it's time to really do something here because you can get the makeshift tag team. Maybe they implode. They lose it's a quick reign. I think the idea, though, guys, was to get the North to that 1 year reign. And they're hitting it in like 3 days. From today. So they're going to be over a year. They're already longest reigning. They already beat. I think.
Gallows and Anderson come in?
I hope not, though. That's the thing. I don't want.
That's what I'm talking about, though. If they come in and they're given the belt like a championship right away, it's like again we're overlooking all these teams. Why are we putting together all these tag teams and makeshift tag teams when we're not even going to do anything about it?
At that point, you got to look towards splitting them up and focusing on them individually because it seems like as a team they just can't get the job done. They can make us laugh, but they're not winning matches.
Well, we need another belt. We need to add one more belt to the scene. 110%.
We get a TV title or something.
Constantly on the show.
Something. We need something to break it up in the middle. Hopefully, we'll see, guys. I now they've get to the 1 year mark. Okay, I think now we can start doing something. But I don't think you need it to be Sami and Ken. I don't know. I'd like it to be somebody else. I got a feeling they're gonna go with them. I got a weird feeling it's gonna be Sami and Ken because it's the oddball tag team is always like this fascination with like the two guys you never thought would be a team is gonna be this crazy awesome tag team. And that's not a bad thing, but it's just like if we didn't have so many awesome, good fucking tag teams already in Impact, I wouldn't mind this as much. But the fact is, we got too many good tag teams ready to go. We don't need the zany like, hey, the two guys that weren't supposed to be a team. We don't need
the odd couple, you know.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see where it goes.
That was great. That was Trent. You said it perfect. Odd couple, yeah.
That's what it is. So, all right, let's keep going here. Let's keep moving towards we get the flashback. We'll get Eric Young's title win against Magnus. Which I thought was a fun
Very
moment.
Suspicious.
Very suspicious. That definitely leads in to later
Has
on.
anybody noticed, though, in the past couple of weeks that the flashbacks have been involving people who are rumored to be returning? Because Impact's definitely trolling us on some of these people.
They've been doing that for a while. Like, I would think weeks and weeks ago, during the WWE thing, they kept first. You see Mike and Maria. They're always doing that. So you have to pay attention to those flashbacks.
Any update on Mike and Maria? I know she keeps like quote tweeting like Impact things, but as far as signing any rumblings,
it's Slammiversary. That's your update.
True. That's supposed to be the big huzzah.
The last I heard was Maria gave a reply to somebody and said, "We're not doing any interviews till after June 19th or July 19th."
Oh,
she's like, no media till after the 19th, which is Sunday. I don't know whatever the hell that means, but it means something clearly. So, yeah, take that for what it is.
I'll say this: she thinks she's a mom now for the second time. I think she just had her second kid. I think I could be wrong.
Couple months ago.
Was it? Okay, I thought it was
later
than that. But so if anyone's coming back, I don't think it's going to be her. I could be dead wrong. It could be both. But I think
it's a miracle for now, though.
I think it'd be Mike Bennett's coming back. Yeah.
The miracle.
I think they're a pair.
They are.
Yeah, I think so.
They're pretty. I mean, when they were with WWE, they were traveling with the kids. They were like Mike and Maurice.
Really?
They were raising their kids on the road.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. They live a couple hours like south of me, like in a way south of me, and like. It's funny. I always say I never saw either of them work in Indy in Chicago, but like Mike was originally from here, but Maria grew up here. I never saw her in the Indies or anything. She never really made too many appearances around Chicago.
Well, but Ring of Honor, she was doing Ring of Honor, I think, right?
It's true. Yeah, she was at those shows.
New Japan.
Yeah, she would do those shows.
The Kingdom, of course.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times. Mm-hmm. All right, let's keep going. Moving along. That was a good one. Eric Young's title win to me is one of my favorites. I'll tell you why. The raw emotion on his face, that's not a work. That dude
was real.
Legit in tears. And then there's an interview, if I remember the episode, he gives an interview in the back about his feelings on winning, and dude's literally crying. And I'm telling he's an early year one guy with Impact, So for him, that was a big culmination for the guy. I loved it. He was 10 years in the company at that point, so I thought it was really cool. If you guys haven't seen that, it's a really good match. Definitely a very good.
It was such a good feel moment, but leave it to wrestling fans on the internet to just ruin it. If you recall, think back to that time. Everybody online made it about, it's a rip-off Daniel Bryan because he's got a beard. Remember that? Like they ruined it.
God, yeah.
They ruined it because the internet ruins wrestling. And it's ironic that we're on the internet right now doing this show, but the internet ruins wrestling.
It always has, man.
When this burns down and there's nothing left, all that's going to be left are people like Ryan Satin, David Bix, all those guys. They're just going to be, and there's going to be no wrestling left. It's going to be burnt to the ground.
I'm guilty. I said it too.
I disagree. I just remember EY's kind of evolution through his start and end with Impact, and I felt it was well deserved and warranted. He grew into a main eventer. From being just like the lackey of Team Canada, kind of. So,
but that's what it was supposed to be. But the internet ruins wrestling.
Yeah, but people love to shit on Impact too, just because it's the cool thing to do.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, baby. Not anymore.
Not well, no, like
There
you know what
comes
I'm
a
saying
day
though.
where you got to stand up and say enough is enough, and that's what they've done. That's what Anthem has done.
Listen,
I agree.
They reversed a lot of that. No question about it.
People just got to give it a shot.
Yeah. And then for the record, while we talk about Eric Young, bearded EY, super EY, I just got to throw it out there. My favorite EY will always be at the end with the beard when he was spitting on people and he pulled Chris Melendez's leg off. That's the EY.
Psycho EY was
EY comes back, that's the EY I want to see. As much as I do love Super Eric.
I loved him with ODB.
Oh, okay. Right now in the comments, Trod, let us know your favorite Eric Young moment, character, moment in time, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think he had so many incarnations because he was there so long. You can literally pose the question of what's your favorite EY. I personally, I love World Elite EY. Go figure.
Oh yeah.
I like World Elite.
That's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't pick that one. I liked World Elite, but
right.
But Psycho Heel EY was awesome. He's great, man. He had so many. I can't think about it. He had so many incarnations. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. What a great character.
And not everybody can say that about their career, that they evolved from so many different formats of themselves. Like some people have just been the same person for 20 some odd years.
He was one of the first Impact guys to like be really cool with me. And like early on, like he was super cool early in his career. I was like a big supporter of his. And he was like, I think like followed me back. And so like first like wrestler to ever follow me back. And I was like, this guy's awesome. And I was like in my band too and everything. He was like very supportive early on, which was really cool. So definitely a good dude, man. Definitely a good.
Oh, good for you.
Listen, I was Markish back then, all right? Before I got into things.
I gotta follow.
I was such a mark, man. Come on. Back then, before I got to like get inside of this whole business, like learn all the little like caveats and crevices of ridiculousness that goes on. Oh, I was a mark for that follow, man.
Hey,
I would screenshot those follows.
By Bobito yesterday, okay? You don't know who that is. DJ Cucumber Slice, Cool Pop Love. He retweeted me yesterday. I don't even care about wrestling. Stretch, Bobito from the Stretch and Bobito show. Trent, that's above your head. Stuff you don't know about.
Kyle listens to radio shows across the country.
This is bigger than that. Stretch and Bob, hip hop. This is culture.
Kyle will be like, "Hey, man, I called into the Cletus and Slackjaw show."
No, that's the Mike Calta show. That's the Mike Calta show. That's not. Oh, dude, I can talk radio all day. Howard Stern, Opie Anthony, the Drew
Terry
Garabo
Clifford,
show,
Terry
Roger
Clifford upstate New York. Terry Clifford there, Kyle.
No. None of that.
All right,
let's get back to the TNI show.
Wrap it up.
All right, sounds good. All right, Jimmy Jacobs in the back, looking to get a quick word with Trey before the main event against Madman Fulton. Jimmy wants to know what's your strategy. And
meow. That's how I feel too.
Jimmy Jacobs, classic.
Shake it off and keep going.
The line. So Trey tells him he's ready. He's he's after finding out that Fulton is one who attacked him. He's pissed off, and he used a line, Alicia. He goes, "Someone like me, where I come from, makes $1 out of 15 cents." What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. I don't know.
Jay, what does that mean? I've never heard that. Kyle, you're on the hip hop.
It's great,
bro. You don't understand because you've never been on those streets, right? You don't get it. You get a little, and you make your flips until that little turns into a lot, right? That's the streets, man.
It means he's a hustler.
You take what you have and you turn it into a lot. That's all.
See, that's all above my head. I was gonna call up my buddy Steiner and ask him about that. I thought that was some Steiner math shit.
Some Steiner math.
Brandon confirmed it here too. It was Steiner math. I love how Kyle during that mansplaining explanation to me. I love how your accent went completely.
Oh, the old accent, Trent. The old accent came out.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
That's why white kids in the suburbs shouldn't listen to rap music. They don't know what to do with it. They don't.
Digital Underground reference. Damn, Terrence coming in with that knowledge. All right.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Oh, I love the Digital Underground. Yeah.
Nice.
Do the Humpty dance. Here's your chance.
Okay, really cut his mic right now.
Do me, baby.
Somebody cut his fucking mic.
Jimmy Christmas.
Terrifying. The numbers just dropped.
Everything just
We
dropped.
went down 10 views.
Unbelievable.
We're gonna get charged for that.
That's old school right there, baby.
Couple more segments, guys. Couple more. Moose, the quote unquote world champion, defending the title against Crazy Steve. I love how they just keep going back. The conflict of like he's defending the title, it's not a real title. He's defending the title, it's not a real title, but he's got the TNA belt, so we'll go with it. Crazy Steve. He beat the fuck out of Crazy Steve, guys.
He did. I was
Alicia
not
loves
happy
Crazy
about
Steve.
that. I love Crazy Steve. I was really upset with that. Especially, I thought we were going to get a decent match since Crazy Steve, was a heavyweight champion in TNT during his time away from Impact. So I thought we were going to get a little even matchup here but nope.
At one point, he started bleeding internally and coughing up blood. I thought that was kind of crazy. I know Moose retains on this one, but the real story on this one, guys, came after Tommy. So Moose gets beating down Steve. Tommy and the head doctor and a few referees come down. One of the head doctors, I think, was Ross Foreman, I believe, was one of the doctors on the team. Ross Foreman, Impact press guy, the head of media there. I don't know if he was supposed to be a doctor. He was definitely amongst the doctors. And Moose fights Dreamer off, and then he leaves. So the little brawl with Tommy. He leaves. We come back, and Tommy's bleeding. Tommy's blood from the forehead, looks beat up, and he cuts an incredible promo.
He still got it.
Still got it, guys. Who likes Tommy Dreamer in the chat? I want to hear you guys. We go back and forth on this. Jay was very impressed by this promo. He was a little emotional. You got a little misty, Jay. What do you think about this promo?
It was a beautiful thing, it had a mixture of a bunch of different things. He's had talking about hard times with Dusty. He started hitting himself, brought back Flair vibes. It was a whole mix of stuff. It was a cornucopia of old school, and I loved it.
What do you think, Alicia? I love the promo. I thought it was real nice. It sent a good message. I liked it a lot. I don't know if I didn't just have it. Can you hear me, Alicia?
I'm having technical difficulties.
Yeah. Trent needs a haircut and a new internet connection, apparently, children.
Oh, wait, I thought it was just me. You're all correctly.
Trent, your mic is destroyed. It sounds strange. Your pitch is turned up. You're like sped up. It's terrible. Oh my God. Am I hearing it like that? Am I the only one that hears this?
No, I thought I was tripping out. I thought my headphones were going.
We're all here.
You sound really pixelated.
All right, he's gonna drop out. We're having just a couple of technical difficulties. We'll bring him back in here in a second. Trent's gonna unplug his stuff, replug it back in, and we'll keep this party going.
Windows 98 a couple times, blow on the Nintendo cartridge.
Oh, the good old days.
Oh, I'm all about that. Yeah, how about whip out my Atari 2600 and beat you with a joystick?
Oh, geez.
Is that a little better?
Yeah, you're fixed.
That happened on the Throwback show. I closed the browser, I opened a new one. It was fine. I don't know how that happens.
Oh, that's weird.
That happened on Thursday too, right, Jay? That it got like weird, oddly like choppy, and then it went back. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know how that happened.
I tell you, these silly internet gimmicks. I tell you, man.
Gimmicks.
Trent, why are you making up excuses? You set that up so you could go shovel a couple spoonfuls of pasta real quick. I know.
Fat asses.
I know.
It was ICU, man. It was ICU. All right, listen. This was a great promo by Tommy, though. I think this was one of his better ones. I dug it. I know people are a little odd about Tommy.
No, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. Let me rant for a second here.
Go ahead.
Listen. Every time Tommy Dreamer is on Impact Wrestling, I'm just so happy. I'm like, he's our modern day Terry Funk. He's our elder statesman. He's who better than Tommy? Look at his resume. The guy is Mr. ECW.
He's a good egg.
He's everything. And every time he pops up on screen, I see tweets from people like BQ, Impact fans, and they're just like, "Oh, Tommy's old. I don't want to see him. He's washed up." And you know what? When I was watching him out there, bleeding, and he channeled that Dusty Rhodes quote. My belly might be a little. It's just like fuck
that was
the Tommy
powerful.
haters, man. Forget the Tommy haters. I want more Tommy Dreamer, honestly. And I'm not saying he should hog up TV time and take it from a young talent, but he's got to be there alongside the young talent, teaching them, putting them over.
When he comes in, it makes sense
for good reason.
And
it's always
you can say what you want about him, but he's like awesome. He's one of the nicest guys I've ever had the honor of meeting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's the man. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the Tommy hate.
Yeah,
people are entitled to their opinions, but I'm KL's comeback. I'm right, they're wrong.
I got an old school Tommy Dreamer ECW T-shirt I rock. I still got it from back in the.
Oh, good for you.
Finger was on it. It was right in front of me.
It's fine. Take it. You can take it. You can have that one.
See, he had the blood dripping from his temple.
It was a good shot.
And I think it was maybe it was a cheap plug for the the Impact Wrestling Pro Wrestling crate that's coming out next month. Maybe it was because that he's got one of those little.
Is he selling a vial of his own blood? Is that what you're saying?
Scooping it up.
No.
Billy Bob Thornton.
No, Kiss did that back in the 70s with the comic books. That was a different gimmick. No, it's one of those little brawler things they keep talking about. There's an exclusive.
Oh, the micro brawlers?
Yeah. Tommy Dreamer has an exclusive micro brawler, and it looked just like he did in the middle of the ring, sitting there just bleeding, just gusted. It was beautiful.
Jeez.
Loved it. Veridol, it's cool. If you guys haven't seen that promo, highly recommend it. I believe it's on the YouTube channel. Go check it out. We go back to the back. Cousin Jake and Hernandez are having an arm
this was good.
match. So Jake
I didn't watch
loses.
it, but it was good.
Yeah, it's tough. Jake's jacked, and he loses to Hernandez. Then Cody Deaner gets in. He's like, double or nothing. So he gets in there, does the hat backwards gimmick, goes in there. He's not winning. Hat goes forwards. Boom, done. Double or nothing. Pays up. Hernandez having a great time counting his money. Now let me say something about this segment. It led to nothing here. Let's say it was just a little minute-long thing, but I love this stuff because
I'm okay with it.
I love it. Right? It put them on screen. To me, I saw Jake and Cody and Hernandez on TV today. They were on TV. Even if it's a little segment, you get them on TV.
It was great filler.
Great filler. Film a ton of this shit. Get everybody on screen every episode. One thing I will say, talking about, and I'm not a WWE guy, but I gotta give credit where it's due. One way Vince McMahon built his empire and got you so invested in the characters, especially growing up as a kid, is that every show that he was broadcasting, these guys were on like the same. I mean, the lowest of the low tier guy was on like damn near every week. I would see a promo, something. They do a run out, whatever. I'd see like Dino Bravo every goddamn week to the point where it's like, I love Dino Bravo. I don't know why. I just like the guy, things like that. You grow up on just seeing these guys constantly and you get more and more invested. I want to say it from Impact, just film a ton of this kind of shit, splice it in 30 seconds, a minute. Let me see these guys more and more consistently on TV. It really
keeps them relevant.
Yeah, even if they're not wrestling, throw them in there doing something.
It keeps them relevant. Yeah.
Like this was great. I thought this was perfect. A little fun skit, feeds the theaters. Hernandez, done. I saw him on TV today. They get a little retweet out of it. It gets buzz online. Everybody's name stays out there. You just keep seeing this stuff. That's how you get people invested in characters.
Agreed.
Just keep beat me over the head with it. I like it. But no, it was cool. Like fun little segment. Let's see if it leads to something though. We'll see.
Right.
All right. Couple more matches, guys. Kira comes out with Tasha taking on Havoc with Nevaeh in her corner. This match had a lot of screaming at each other. They were constantly fucking screaming at one another. Why were they so angry?
Well, Tasha and Kira are pissing Havoc off.
Now that you mention it,
they're getting under her skin. Hashtag snatch a bitch.
Snatch a bitch for sure.
This was hard though, because I love both teams. I think they're great, and so it was really hard for me to pick who I would like to see take the lead in this.
Yeah, listen. They're both on that cusp of like growing. These two teams, right? Like all four of the girls are like they're somewhere. Whether it's eventual knockouts, tag belts, who knows? They're building all of them up. Kira gets the win on this one. Good win for Kira. This one, it's kind of like they're just trading back and forth, and these four are just kind of going back and forth. A lot of fun.
I love how they got the win, though, with Tasha distracting Havoc with the mask and then throwing it in for Kira to smack Havoc in the head and roll her up. That was good.
It's done really well. It was done really well. It just keeps feeding that feud. Just keep adding more fire to that feud. If this does lead to some tag belts, that'd be cool. Because
it would be nice.
We'll see. Moose was teasing something the other day. What was Moose saying online? Did you guys see this?
I didn't see it.
Belt strap.
Belt strap. Go ahead, Jaybone. Talk about it. He showed a picture of a belt strap, a white belt strap. Go ahead.
It's a white belt strap with either gold or bronze. What do you call those? The snaps, buttons, whatever you call them.
Buttons, yeah.
But just a portion of the end of the belt. No plate or nothing. Just But why is Moose showing that off?
Well, the original Knockouts belt had the white strap, and he said, "Hey, Knockouts, I got something for you," or something like that. And he just showed a little bit of, just showed a little bit of the strap. But the Knockouts tag belts were red. They were red straps. That's what threw me off a little bit.
Maybe they're refurbishing them.
Maybe that could be it too, or he's just refurbishing his and he's just fucking with everybody.
Or he's gonna try and convince the Knockouts tag division to just start rocking the old belts and be fake champions like him.
Just be TNA champions.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a combination of both. And if and when they put these Knockouts tag champion belts out there, they're going to look like the old school TNA women's championship. I don't know.
That could be. That could very well be. We'll see.
I can dig it.
We'll see if Kyle, if he wakes up from his nap here, he might be.
No, Zach Bonifer is up to no good. He's sending me edited pictures right now.
No, enough. Hey, Zach Bonifer, it's enough out of you, man. That's enough.
No, you guys continue. I'm doing my dirty work over here. Happening. Listen, hold on. Let's point this out. I come on the show, I beat everybody up. Then the listeners get involved. They start beating people up, and now they're editing pictures to embarrass you guys. And it's fantastic.
When did it happen that our listeners have turned on us at this point? And then they're ripping on. It was bad enough I got to deal with you, Kyle. Now I got people like Zach Bonner for Photoshop.
It's the scumbag army. I'm better than all of you, except Alicia. She's great. Better than people.
I'm nice. Everyone likes me. No, I'm kidding.
Moose responds to Tommy in the back and says he's going to sue the hell out of Tommy Dreamer if he doesn't get a public apology for defaming his character.
Did you hear Tommy said nobody's paid a ticket to see Moose play football?
Yeah. He went there.
Moose wrestle. Tommy went there.
So. He was like Degrassi. He went there.
Yeah, he said no one paid for a ticket to see Moose wrestle, and there I'm sitting with the Moose front row guy, William Gardner, in the watch log. He's got the Moose shirt on, and I just pointed at William like, "Hey, I think this guy did." I'm just saying, maybe one guy did.
Yeah, William has paid a lot of tickets to see Moose.
Cheers!
You got that vest on too. Shit. Hey, Moose is gonna sue him. I love like frivolous lawsuits, and this is one.
Joseph Park is coming back
in the wrestling world.
Yeah.
Joseph Park return. Confirmed.
Oh my god, that'd be great if he hired. God, if we had Joseph Park, it'd be like the quick little segment for the.
Oh no, his nephew. What was? Oh god, I'm drawing blank.
Ethan Page. What was his first character?
Chandler Park. Chandler
Park.
Chandler.
It's contagious, Kyle. I'm sorry. It's contagious.
Chandler.
Chandler.
We get a little more Slammiversary stuff announced, and then at this point, Josh Matthews announces that Sami Callihan will face Josh Alexander next week. I can vouch for you guys. I've seen that match. It's an amazing match. I've seen those two go at it here in Chicago. Those two can work together. Do not miss that match next week. All right.
It's going to be a good one.
Very good one. All right, main event, guys. Madman Fulton with Ace in his corner taking on Trey, a very serious Trey who comes out. Not happy, not too excited. He comes out very, very focused. Very focused on this.
Laser focused.
Go ahead, Jay.
Man.
I've never seen Trey like this. You know, usually he comes out, he's happy-go-lucky, he's dancing, he just fell out of the treehouse. He doesn't know what he's doing. He comes down to the ring, he tears shit up, he gets his paycheck and he goes home. We love him. But this was a different Trey Miguel. My goodness. And yes, I'm using his full name because this wasn't a normal Trey. This was Trey Miguel.
This was
because you want to know the conversation that I want to have right now?
Trey's on fire.
This wasn't Rascals Trey that we were getting, and it's what we were talking about earlier is where do we go with them for now? Maybe Trey is on his way out.
Trey,
there seems to be a little dissent. I mean, not a negative way, but it seems like Dez and Wentz are still kind of doing their own thing, and Trey for the past 3-4 weeks now has just been kind of on a whole nother level between getting attacked and now he's, like you're saying, laser focused and in a whole different mindset. He's not in the treehouse anymore, I don't think.
No, he's definitely clean. He's focused. This was a great match.
Just like Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean. Oh my God.
Zach Bonifer.
Another Zach Bonifer original here. Mr. Jesus, that really flows in. You really look like Mr. Clean.
Zach is getting better because like this one's kind of terrible. Trent's got no neck. look chest, like his sternum just grows into Trent's mouth.
Biceps.
His beard is part of his top titties.
Yeah.
we went from no neck Trent to way too much neck Jaybone.
No, right there. I like it. You guys gotta watch that video.
If you ever make one of these of me, I'm gonna kick your ass, Kyle.
It's not him doing it. That's
he's doing well. Whoever does it, if you make one of me, you're gonna get a swift kick in the rear.
This is one of my cult followers. One of my disciples. They carry out my dirty work.
Oh no.
No, I don't want to hear it from you, Daria. Trust me, Daria. I do not want to hear it from you. You would kick my ass.
This was good though, guys. It was so intense. It was so intense that Trey got DQ'd. He got a chair involved.
Yeah.
He got a chair involved. He's hitting Fulton. Ace is involved. A disqualification. Fulton gets the win. He starts attacking both. Go ahead.
Oh, he got attacked, he got disqualified by hitting Fulton with Ace's staff, right?
The staff, that's right. He took the staff.
And then he went nuts.
He hit him pretty hard in the face with that thing. It looked like it kind of shooting.
I winced.
Yeah, he hit him in the face. He was on the rope, on the turnbuckle, facing away, grabbed Ace's staff, knocked Fulton in the face, DQ, but then he hit the post-match attack with a chair. Didn't see it coming. We kind of went off on like this real dark tone. It was like he just got DQ'd. Heel Trey, I think, man. There's some heel Trey going on here. All right. Here's the last segment of the night. Now, we've been taught, Jay. We were taught by our buddy Kevin Martin. He said, when the show ends, it doesn't really end. Wait till the graphic goes away. We're like, the first time he said this to us, we were like, what the hell are you talking about? But we did watch. That's where we started getting the secret messages. This week's secret message was pretty awesome. This was pretty awesome. Jaybone, you want to set it up?
Yeah, well, to quote the great Kevin Martin, he said this episode was going to be super intriguing. And I was like, oh, okay. No clue. No effing clue. So, we get past the credits, Impact Wrestling. Thank you for watching. And then all of a sudden we see this gold cape. And there's some super type of music. Mm-hmm. And it slowly pans up the cape. And it's a giant E! A giant E, folks. And, well, if you remember, now I was a little foggy on this. This took me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden you see the gold mask tucked away in the left side of the screen or right side of the screen, depending if you're cross-eyed or whatever, or too many beers. Anyways, I haven't had any tonight. What are you talking about? The top of the screen. And all of a sudden a hand comes in and takes the mask away. And it's like, oh.
Man, it's like, I've seen that mask before. I know who that is.
I have seen that penis.
I've seen that mask before. I have. That's Super Eric, and he's coming back.
Super Eric tease, but damn, So we have essentially gotten everybody teased at this point. I don't know, man. That was interesting. Last week Ace and Eights, this week Super Eric. We got 3 more episodes left, right? We got two more episodes left. Right. 2 left, guys. But that's how it went off the air. That was June 30th, 2020 edition of Impact Wrestling. June is over. We're in the second half of the year officially, guys. This is
official.
The first half of the worst year ever is over, and we're off to July. So hopefully Slammiversary just gets our minds off of shit even more. So
I think it's going to be epic.
So far, it's been built up so it only kills me is that this such a big show is happening with no fans because of all this thing going on. This deserves a huge audience.
Commenters, we have a lot of people in the comment in the chat room, might I add, saying that they aren't familiar with the Super Eric years of Eric Young. So what do we tell them, Trent? What do we always tell them? Where do they got to go?
You got to go to Impact Plus, guys. $8 a month. You can watch all of it. Get caught up on all Super Eric, all of Eric Young's incarnations. You can go ahead and watch them on Impact Plus for $8 a month. And then
can't beat it.
And while it's open, folks.
Hey, Vince Russo, how you doing?
How you doing?
Everybody shut up. For $4.95
Kyle, can you talk into the right side of the mic so we can actually hear you?
You can hear me perfectly, Trent. You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. For $4.95 a month, you subscribe to Russo's brand, and you get such fantastic programming. First off, my favorite personally is castrating the marks. I mean, ironically, we're the type of marks that should be getting castrating on that.
Eventually, it'll happen.
Castrated on that show. But that's the best. I like when Vince does That's Life. I'm a Long Island kid, the Super Ugly Show. Ben Hameen is Trent.
Brilliant.
Brilliance. Absolute brilliance. That channel is worth every penny. $4.95 a month. You got Francine. She's got eyes up here. You've got the franchise Shane Douglas. You got a bunch of bums, the T&I show. Now we're getting featured on there. I don't know how. I don't know who made that mistake. But for $4.95 a month, Trent, that's cheaper than a Chipotle burrito. It is.
It is.
Yum. Makes me want Chipotle.
Chipotle's
Chipotle
like
in a year.
$16 when you have it with the works because you got to have the guac. You got to have maybe some chips. You got to have all the extras. But for $4.95, you get the Russo's brand podcasting package. You get everything. So
that's dope.
And tell them T&I sent you. If you like
us
on there, this is an opportunity for us. This is a tryout, if you will. Subscribe and let them know, hey, I'm here for the T&I show, which means you're here for me because, come on, look at these people.
Yeah,
Except
absolutely.
absolutely.
Well, listen, let them know, guys. Tweet them at the Vince Russo. Let them know you're
Hey,
there.
Vince Russo, how you doing?
How you doing? We are like children.
Yeah. All right, well, guys.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, listen, that's it. That's the first show that's part of the affiliated Russo's brand, guys. Thank you for having us.
And they're all thinking the same thing, Trent.
This is a bunch of crap. This shit sucks.
I hope not, but I mean, they might be. But guys, listen, I want to thank all the Russo listeners, the brand listeners joining us today. Our regulars, you guys are amazing. We love you guys for being here. That was a great way to end June, guys. Slammiversary March continues. This is going to be exciting. This is probably it's geared to be one of the best Slammiversaries, honestly. This should be done in front of 10,000 people. It's that damn good. So I love it. I love where we're going with it. But hey, listen, any feedback and comments, let's go ahead and let us know, guys, at We Talk Impact on all social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Get a hold of us. We Talk Impact is very open to all you guys. Want our DMs. Let us know how you like the show. What do you want us to change? Whatever it is. We're always there to listen to you. All right. You want to connect with us individually, though? Alicia, where can people find you?
On Instagram and Twitter under Alicia BKakey. All one word.
Very nice. Very nice. I got the links going at the bottom as well, guys. Jay, where can people connect with you? You have some other shows you do on the side. What else you got going on?
You can find me over on that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast, where we're smashing all things wrestling. If you guys want a flavor for something else besides Impact Wrestling, I'm probably talking about it. I talk about all sorts of stuff, including some music on the Jacked Up Jukebox. So you can find Smash This Podcast on. Hey, you love the Jacked Up Jukebox, Kayla.
Jack off jukebox.
Exactly.
Don't forget to plug your OnlyFans account, onlyfans.com/Jaybone51, Jayboner5150. Don't forget. Jay's
Don't
got
forget the shirt giveaway.
Yeah. Oh, the shirt
Who wants-
giveaway.
Who wants the Tessa Blanchard shirt?
You know, I'm thinking everybody forgot, and
Nobody forgot. People mentioned it all through the show.
It was a bit. They forgot about it. It's in bit history. But now we have to pick a winner. So, all right, everybody, start now. Starting right now.
No, starting right now. You have to go back through
give his
all this.
credentials.
We have about 3 minutes to get it done. In the next 3 minutes before we get off the air, I want you to start ripping on Trent. I want you to start ripping on Jaybone. And whoever has the best insult is getting the Tessa shirt. Starting now. Continue. All right.
Are you kidding me? No, absolutely not. Not just light the damn thing on fire. Just let's torch the goddamn shirt. All right, Jake, did you plug your stuff already?
While Callihan is away, I'll finish my plugs. All right, so like I said, you follow Smash This Podcast over on YouTube. I've been doing that for several years. Much appreciated. Follow the brand. You can find Smash This Podcast over on, like I said, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter box. You can find me personally over on the Twitter box at Jaybone5150. That's JAYBONE 5150.
Very nice. All right. Callihan on the mic is his Twitter. You can follow him, and he's going to jip you on something over there, too, I'm sure, like he did on this T-shirt. But, guys, you guys can – hold on. You guys can support me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Hemi Music. At Hemi Music on all those social media. Support the band, guys. That's what I do. We got new t-shirts. The link is at the bottom below the collar.com/Hemi Music, or just go to hemimusic.com. I have 200 new merchandise items available for the band. Clocks, shower curtains, pillows, you name it, tapestries. We got all sorts of shit going on. hemimusic.com. I appreciate that. That's where it counts for me, guys. Just go to hemimusic.com and show some love over there. But you can also get shirts for this podcast over on ProWrestlingTees.com. The sale starts tomorrow. 20% off everything, guys. ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Pick up a shirt. We got a new one coming up there tomorrow, which Kyle, I was hoping to get done by today. He never got that done today, but there's a very special new shirt going up. And Alicia, you're going to love this when you see this. You are going to love this.
This is my personal favorite.
The suspense is killing me.
This is a surprise for Alicia. You're involved in this one too, by the way.
Yay.
All right, audio listeners, guys, don't forget you can take the podcast on the go with you. All major podcast apps, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Radio, Spotify, Geo7 in India, apparently in the UAE, everybody in the Middle East, thanks for listening. All major pods apps, you guys can take it, download it, rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, tell Jaybone, tell the girl at Checkers that you like Total Nonstop Impact and you appreciate what we do.
Hey, Vince Russo, how you doing?
And
how you doing?
Tell Vince Russo you like what we do and you're liking this this debut on the brand. So we appreciate you guys. I'll check hanging out with us.
Apparently nobody wants the Tessa shirt. Nobody cares.
What?
For
There's
it.
a fan
earlier.
Nobody
They were
wants it.
insulting earlier. You just weren't paying attention.
No, see, I found one. This is a perfect one right here.
This is a good one.
Broken Trent, your hair is turning gray by the minute.
Do you?
All right. You know what? This shirt.
HD. Message me
How about this?
personally.
No. Here's how this is going to work before we go off there. I've changed the rules. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to go through this entire podcast, every single comment, beginning to end, and next Tuesday I will choose the winner. And it might not even be a Trent insult. It might not even be a Jaybone insult. I'm going to find the best comment in the entire show, because there's a lot of them on screen and off screen, and we're going to choose the winner. And I don't know why this is a prize, because nobody wants this shirt.
Yeah, One person wants the shirt.
Not anymore. We would have liked it.
There's a couple in there. There's a couple in there.
There's a really good. I gotta read this.
Thank you.
I just saw a great one that said, "Give it to Jaybone, he'll give it away on this AEW."
yeah, Jay, you can wear this on your AEW reviews. You fucking dork.
All right. Oh, how about I like this idea? Here we go. Bill's got a great
Cheap plug.
NWO style spray paint the shirt with TNI. I like that.
Even better. How about we?
You can't.
Check out my new Rich Swan shirt.
You're tearing these fans apart, Kyle. You can't keep changing the rules in the context in which you want to give that damn thing away.
Check out my new Rich Swan shirt, children. It's nice.
That's an insult to Rich Swan.
Oh my goodness! All right, we're off the rails. Off the rails. Leave your comments in the comments section, as Acer is telling us right here. Leave your comments. Kyle's going to go through them, and he is going to give this thing away properly because you screwed the guy last year. You screwed Dancing Mike. He never, ever listened to the show again.
You ruined it.
He was a die-hard listener of this show, and you told him to go
fuck Dancing Mike.
I'm going to bang his wife.
I will. All right. Jaybone, cue up the video, man. We are going to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll be back here Thursday night, TNI Throwback, number 31. Mark will be joining us. Tyler's World Order on Twitter. You might have seen him tweet a shit ton.
Because he bought a T-shirt. Let them know, Trent.
Because he bought a T-shirt. So you buy a T-shirt and buy it now, 20% off starting at midnight tonight, Central Time. You buy a T-shirt from ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. You can be a guest on the Throwback Show or the Impact Plus Weekly on Sunday nights. You pick, but you buy a T-shirt and you let us know. So pick that up. Mark will be on.
You got to use the code America.
Oh yeah, using code America. All right, guys. We'll talk to you then Thursday night. We'll see you guys. NWA TNA number 31. Get your Impact Plus and watch it with us. We will see you back here then, and then on Sunday night for the Impact Plus Weekly, and then next week right back here for the flagship show. So, on behalf of everybody, Jay, video queued up. We'll see you guys.
Fat asses.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Find me the name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total Nonstop Impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
This is Taya La Güera Loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascals. And you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact Podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh yeah!